I want back to justice. Justice is the end. Okay.
So Socrates says, well, I'll tell you what.
Oh, I love it. Like he broke down. He broke down the thing.
If you show me a better argument about justice than I have, I'll pay you money when I get some. Now, of course, that's doubly ironic because Socrates has never had a job that paid in his life. Socrates is, extremely poor, and he's never going to have any money because he's never going to make any money because he's never going to charge anybody for the wisdom that he kicks out. So Thrasymachus says, that's not what I came here for, and Glaucon steps up, because Glaucon, as they say, is most brave in all things, a very courageous man, a little bit impetuous. But Glaucon steps up and he says, look, he has some money. I'm a rich guy, and I and my friends will put up some money for Socrates. Now, Thrasymachus, for the sake of money, speak. And money talks, and so does Thrasymachus. Thrasymachus says, okay, here's the answer. Justice is the advantage of the stronger. And he claps.
Okay. First guy. Glaucon. I need to put down what they say because otherwise I'll never understand. I need to put it down. I need to write like I'm in class. Glaucon. This guy is like a money guy. He likes money. That's what he likes. He likes his desire met. And you have Socrates. I don't know what you look like, but in my head he has a big beard because every philosopher is a big beard, and they're all old. So that's yep, that's that's Socrates. No, that's Plato. Fuck. Wrong guy. Okay. And they have like a little discussion, dialogue. Let's play blue. About what is justice? Can I? What is justice? Okay, dialogue. What is justice? So this guy, basically, he's like, justice is one.
For himself. Justice is the advantage of the stronger.
The advantage of the stronger. So when the advantage of the stronger. So that's his thing. We're even going to make it okay, so we really know what was this speaking. Okay.
And he claps himself, I guess.
Yeah, he's so glad.
This
I
is
got
really
it.
Taken from something like, it's in the same intellectual tradition as something like Thucydides. Right? You remember the Melian dialogue? Any of the power politics that happened or that are found in Greece during the age of the Peloponnesian War. The idea is that politics and morality are completely separate, completely different. Morality has no application to politics. There's only winners and losers in politics. In some ways, Thrasymachus' argument that justice is the advantage of the stronger is a prefiguration of the kind of political stance that will be taken by Machiavelli or Nietzsche, or in some ways, in a more attenuated way, Hobbes.
Okay, so basically this argument represents also like cool side note. Okay, cool side. Wait. Cool side note. This guy is like Nietzsche. Wait. We need to get the cool side note, okay? Because that's kind of cool. Side note. Kinda like Nietzsche and Machiavelli. Or Machiavelli. Cool side note. Look at that. Wow. I'm gonna put it yellow so it's like cool. Because the side note are cool. It needs to be yellow. Can I put like a different type of line? Like, I want the line to be like small dots. Is there a way on Paint to do that? I guess we can just do this. Okay.
The idea being that the physical world is, or that the political world is a subset of the physical world, and it knows no moral law. All right? This is going to be exactly the opposite of the argument that Socrates is going to make throughout the Republic, where politics is ethics writ large. Well, for Thrasymachus, it's not.
Okay, and we need to understand that this definition of justice is going to define how we see politics, right? Right? I think those things defines a way to see politics. AKA, it's all physical, baby. Okay. We're slowly building a little tree.
Not that there's no connection at all between politics and ethics. Politics is purely a question of power and getting control of the state.
So here it's like, aka physical, baby. Power, not ethics. I want to like show that, okay, here it's like really about power. You know, that's why you have Machiavelli, you know? Power, not ethics. Okay, it's all physical, baby. Because the power is like, I guess, a physical thing. Rather than ethics is probably like something behind. And old Plato, like what is he going to say?
So justice is the advantage of the stronger. Thrasymachus is the spokesman for the status quo. All the cities that empirically exist in Greece have a regime that makes the laws. And for Thrasymachus, justice is the same thing as legality. It's something close to being like legal positivism, right? You make a law, that's what justice is.
And that means like we can like go to a further step. Justice equal law. Then justice equal law. Then I pixelated this because it's funny. There we go. Then justice equal law. How do we went there from here? Basically, because power, how do you get power? It's by the law. Right? You get power from the law, and that's justice because of, right? Let's continue. Maybe
you obey the law, and every city makes different laws.
You obey the law.
Cities that make different laws.
Yeah, you obey the law, so you like build a law, and it was that by the power. If you become the law, you have the power. And justice is like that. Justice is the law. The law has power, and power is a law, which is. Wait. I'm adding another thing. By then, law equal power. Kinda. Can I put this like smaller? Law equal power. Then justice equal law, that equal power. So justice is power. That's why justice is when the advantage of the stronger being the law. And that's just when the law is. And you believe the law. I guess the law is really like, how do you define the law though? And that's where I think Plato is going to come in. It's like, there's like still like a need. Right?
Laws are making different kinds of justice because it's strictly a power relationship. So Thrasymachus says, justice is the advantage of the stronger. Whoever's running the city, justice is doing what you tell them. or what they tell you. Now, he wants to walk away after that, and he wants some praise.
The boss is right.
Socrates says, well, stay a while and explain this to us. You know, now you have to submit to dialectical inquiry. I'm going to take...
It's like, oh yeah, basically just saying like, who owns the law as the power, and who owns the power is just. Owns the law as power, and who owns the law is just. Because justice. Oh, my brain. I'm trying to deconstruct what he's saying. Who owns the law as power? I feel like it's dumb because it's like, okay, well, why do we think that the one in power as is just? For him, it's like, if you're in power, you must be just. You're the justice. I feel that's what he's trying to say. Maybe?
Take this apart and have a look at it so we can all understand it better. And the first thing he says is, well, suppose, hypothetically, that the people that rule a city don't know what their interests really are, which happens all the time. People make mistakes about who their friends and who their foes are. They make mistakes about what's good for them and what isn't. Suppose they lack that knowledge of what's
Oh, yeah, it's really the leader equal justice then. Which equal power, which equal laws. Oh, okay, I start to see what his argument is. It's basically just like, bro, they have powers, they are smart, they're fine. And Plato is going to go like, actually, how do you know that his action is right?
For them. So, legislating in what they think is their interest, they legislate against their own interest. What happens then? Thrasymachus is, there's a little colloquy then between Polemachus and Cleitophon. Now, Cleitophon isn't going to come back in. Remember, there are 11 people in Cephalus's house at the time. Only 6 of them talk, and actually only 2 of them, Glaucon and Adeimantus, are the real important interlocutors with Socrates in this dialogue. But there's a small colloquy here at that point between Cleitophon and Polemachus trying to support their favorite heroes. In other words, Polemachus has been made a Socratic just in that earlier discussion. He says, you know, Socrates is a smart guy. I'm able to learn something from him. I'm going to support his half of the argument. I'm going to lend a little hand there. Cleitophon is a hanger-on of Thrasymachus, and they have a little colloquy there. Important later on, Polemachus will be...
Okay,
I'm going to lend a little hand there. Cleitophon is a hanger-on of Thrasymachus, and they have a little colloquy there. Important later on, Polemachus will be admitted into the argument just once at the beginning of Book 5, and there's a little colloquy. And then Thrasymachus resumes the argument. What Thrasymachus says is this. It's not the case that when a person or a group of people are legislating for the city and for themselves, if they don't know what their good is, if they don't know what's really in their interest, well, then I don't mean those people are true legislators. The true legislator is the man or group of men that knows what his interests are and legislates in those interests. In other words, it's a funny sort of a move that Thrasymachus makes here. He's moving from a description of the way in which cities actually work, and he's moving from that descriptive treatment to a normative treatment. In other words, every city, every legislator ought to legislate in their true interest, and if they don't, well, then they're not the real legislator. And obviously, he's pulling a page out of Socrates' book here. The real doctor is the one who knows how to cure. The real shoemaker is the one who knows how to make...
Oh, so it's basically, if they're there, it's because they know what they're doing, and that's why they're just. I think that's... They are doing, then it's just. Can we say something like that? Can we reformulate his argument like that? Yo, what's up, Nick? We're learning about Plato today. I'm trying to deconstruct what Plato said in his first book, because there's this class online about that. It's quite confusing, but basically, how it happens is just like Plato like talked to some guy, and they try to define what is justice. And because justice means a lot of things when you want to like understand if the government it governs right and how you see politics, right? So basically now I'm trying to like deconstruct. Where is Plato? Plato is like that one. Platon. Yeah. Oh yeah. In English it's Plato. Platon. Yeah, it's probably like in Polish maybe they call it Platon. Yeah, it's Plato. So I'm gonna like keep track. So basically, like right now, I'm trying to deconstruct what one of the guy in the conversation says. Got you. And so this guy, they try to define what is justice, because through justice you can understand what makes like a politic party right and whatever. And this guy is like, okay, so justice is when the advantage is of the stronger. So basically, it's like the one in power is just. That's what justice is. Justice is what the guy in power says. Why? Because law. Because the guy in power chooses law, and law makes power. And that power makes what is just and what is unjust. If I understand correctly. That's his whole thing. And the leader is there because he know what he's doing, and that's why his power is like just. If I understand, I think it's something like that, but like it's so complicated. It's like trying to explain it is like really weird. And that guy is also said that the way Glaucon, that's the name of the guy in the conversation, says is like kind of like Nietzsche or Machiavelli, how they see their stuff. And so yeah, so now I'm still like trying to understand like what is the guy saying.
And apparently Thrasymachus is now trying to take this empirical descriptive idea and make it normative. The real legislator for Thrasymachus is the person that knows their interests and legislates them to get what they want.
I don't want to say anything, but sounds fun. Yes, it's fun. But that's my goal here. Because I like that old academia stuff, you know, learning. But if I have difficulties really putting the information in like in simple way, you know, people in chat won't follow too, you know? Well, we'll try to understand together, okay?
Socrates is going to give this a hard time.
And now I think it's starting to Socrates. So basically Glaucon says his thing, and what is justice, and now Plato, old man Plato just here, you know, that's Plato, is going to like spit some facts.
He says a couple of things here. First, he says, well, does any kind of art, any kind of, in this case, and what we mean by art here, the translation of art is techne.
Okay, so here, I'm going to put red the answer of Plato, okay? So when there's red, that means that's a reaction, okay? You see? So we can see, I have a little timeline. This guy said justice is when that. Plato has points. So 1. Let's go black. Let's go back black. Okay. No, why is it red? Get away. And I want it bigger. I'm going to make a cool map, okay? So it's going to be easy to follow the understanding, right?
Which involves crafts and arts, all those activities that work according to certain rules or principles that are governed by rules.
I've listened to that specific video yesterday, so I've got like a step above, which is cool right now.
You would juxtapose art, techne, to things like poetry, where who knows how a poet...
Okay, so basically what he's trying to say is first, the leader has a skill as a leader. Right? It's not because you're a doctor that you're a good doctor. That's it. That's all he's trying to say. I know they're like putting like big words like, oh, technique and arte. But basically it's like, There's good doctor and there's bad doctor, and just saying there's a level, you know? The leader has skill. The leader has to have the skills of a leader. I'm saying leader, but I think here is like political figure, you know? How do we make sure it's a good skill set? We'll talk about video games analogy. The leader has how to make sure he has a good level. He has a good level. Okay, Glocon. You say justice is what the leader says. Okay, how do we make sure the leader has the right justice? As the rights say? So it comes to the first point. The leader has to have the skill of the leader. How do we make sure he has a good level? Do you follow? Do you still follow?
Gets his inspiration, whereas you can explain to someone how to make shoes or how to be a doctor. So here we're going to talk about the art of politics, and we're going to connect politics with the other kind of technes, those rule-governed activities.
Basically, the skill to govern, right? the skill to govern. I do. Okay, cool.
Okay. So
you need to stop me if there's like a thing you don't understand. If you're able, it's delay, so my answer might be late. Okay, it's fine. We can go back. That's why it's fun to have a little dialogue tree or whatever. Like you see how the conversation go. So you can just tell me, okay, point one. I don't know how we can separate it. I could put letters. You know, first reaction, second reaction. But for now, I think we make sense. It's like, okay, sure, the guy in power, he makes the justice because he has the power, but okay, how do we make sure the leader makes good justice?
he says, is the political art that kind of art? Apparently it is. And here's a funny thing. In every case, the art that governs a particular...
For him,
in the way that
here, what we're talking about, he talks about like it's an art. I feel it's like a complicated word for what it is really. It's just like the level. Video games analogy are better, I guess.
Medicine governs the domain of bodies, sick or healthy bodies. And in the same way that shoemaking governs shoes, either made or not yet made.
Yeah, your skill, your level.
Any given art is interested in the domain of its art.
So basically we studied what Plato said. Yes, I guess we're learning political science. And I guess to learn that we need to learn Plato. Which is cool. I love that shit. And I love doing those little graphs. That's how I do my notes in class. It takes a lot of time, but I feel like I understand it way better. So hopefully, I can make you learn with me. If you have fun too.
As a doctor, a physician is someone that heals bodies, not someone that takes care of himself, that makes money. As a shoemaker, a cobbler is someone that makes shoes, not someone that takes care of himself. As a shepherd, all right, a shepherd is concerned with the good of his flock, not with his own benefit. So Socrates
okay, it's simple. The same way that a leader has a skill to govern, a shepherd has a skill to have his sheeps.